Now, I want you to reflect back today at the day that you decided to take your first alcoholic drink. Can you remember that day? I actually do remember that day. And in England, when you took, so I'm from England, I'm from the northwest of England in a place called Lancashire. Some people think I'm Welsh, some people think I'm from New Zealand. I'm from Lancashire in the northwest of England. And I remember my first drink. I was 18 years of age. So in England, when you become 18, you can drink alcohol. And I remember going to a friend's pub. So his dad owned the pub. And I went there at like 9 p.m. the night before I turned 18 because I knew at midnight they'd serve me alcohol. And I was trying to persuade him to serve me alcohol, saying, man, if the police come in and blah, 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 I'll turn 18 in like 3 hours. It's going to be fine. And he refused to serve me alcohol. I was so annoyed at this guy. And then I remember I went to another place and that's where I had my first drink. It was a pint of Heineken. But if I reflect back, I was very excited to finally drink legal beer. I was now a man. I was now an adult. It wasn't my first drink, but it was my first legal. It's the drink that I remember. I don't actually remember the first time. I do remember the first time I drank alcohol, but it doesn't really matter, right? The point of the video will make sense. The first time I actually drank, I drank cider with a girl when I was about 16, and it was a very strange experience. The whole point of this is that decision to drink alcohol. Was it really my decision? Was that really me looking and thinking, yes, I am going to make a choice to drink a highly addictive, toxic substance that could end up ruining my life? I'm going to decide to do that. It didn't really feel like that. I believe that if I was to take a hardcore drug, the decision would be more like, am I making a mistake here? Is this really a good idea? I think I would be a bit more cautious, right? Can you agree? I'm sure you can. Yet with alcohol, the decision seemed so normal. I didn't think anything of it. I just did it. But how could that happen? How could I be persuaded to take this drug? You couldn't persuade me to smoke a crack pipe. If somebody offered me a crack pipe, I'd slap it out the hand. You couldn't do it. You couldn't pay me any amount of money. Yet at 16 years of age, had my first drink. As soon as I turned 18, I can't wait to get to the bar to order that pint of beer. How can this happen? Well, I want to tell you something. You've been duped into drinking alcohol. You have been scammed into drinking alcohol. You've been tricked because the financial incentive to get you hooked on alcohol is so great. Think about a business, right? The goal of a business is to make profit, right? And if you can get somebody hooked on a drug, you have got a customer for life. How many people can say they've got a customer for life? We change our mobile phone. We're not loyal to anything. But alcohol is something that we do stay loyal to. We can stay loyal to it for 50 years. And when people are spending $300, $400, $500 a month, $1,000 a month, the average customer can be worth $500,000 over the course of a lifetime. That's a serious customer because alcohol is very cheap to produce. It's extremely profitable and it's addictive. It's the perfect product. So the incentive to get you to drink is immense. My goal with these videos, I'm not trying to go like head to head against the alcohol industry. I actually think that they should be free to sell whatever they want. I don't think any drug should be illegal. I don't think the government should have a say in it. And I mean, you could even argue that the government have an incentive for you to drink because, number one, the politicians want to drink and there's so much tax in the stuff. Now that could be a borderline conspiracy theory, right? So I'm not trying to go down that route at all. My goal is not to go head to head against the alcohol industry. But what I do have a problem with is how the drug is marketed. It's marketed as sophisticated, as glamorous, as enjoyable, as relaxing. Just imagine, right? The claims that alcohol advertising has is so far from the damn truth that it hurts me to see. Just imagine tomorrow that, a financial services company, they made an advert and they're guaranteeing 20% return on investment. Sell your house, sell your car, give us all your money, and we're going to get you 20% year on year. We'd get shut down in 2 seconds. The FTC would be calling them up like, whoa, that's $1 billion fine. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying, right? With any other product, if you make these grandiose claims, you're getting shut down. Yet, why does alcohol slide? Why does the beer commercials, showing this camaraderie, this macho behavior? Why does the wine adverts, the sophistication, the glamour, why does that slide? Well, that's why I make these videos. Because no matter what you do, those adverts are going nowhere. Trust me. Maybe in 20 years' time, they disappear. Maybe in 20 years' time, they're no longer able to do it. But they're going to push it for as long as they can. I don't care what they're doing. I can't change that. All I can change is you. All I can change is your perception. All I can do is help you see those advertisements, see those people offering you drinks, see the alcohol behind the bar, see the bartender, see the sommelier in the restaurant, and look at them and go, it's a lie. It's a fugazi. I know what you're doing here. That's what I want for you. That's how I feel. I recently went to a restaurant in Bangkok for my girlfriend's birthday. Really awesome time. And the sommelier comes up to me and he's like, would you like to look at the wine, sir? I'm like, no, I don't drink. And he almost looked down on me. You could just see him like, well, we have non-alcoholic cocktails. I was like, bro, Give me a break, come on. And maybe not. Maybe he was just doing his job, but that guy is not a wine expert. Man, come on. It's just such a load of nonsense. He's a salesman trying to sell you a drug because the incentive to get you to spend $2,000 on a bottle of wine, man, the profit on that is going to be next level. Of course they want that guy there saying, yes, this pairs perfectly with this. It's nonsense. It's all a lie. It's all a fugazi. And you need to keep on your toes. You need to keep aware of this because, you could stop watching my videos. You could stop applying these principles. You could stop, applying if you're in the program itself. You could stop applying those things. And guess what? You go right around the corner. There's going to be somebody there that's trying to sell alcohol to you, welcoming you back with open arms. That's what I don't want for you. I don't want you to go back to that trap. I don't want you to start thinking, do you know what? Maybe there is something in alcohol, because there's nothing in alcohol. I have made that mistake so many times, thinking this time it's going to be different. This time I could just have one or two. Yet every single time I try and have that one or two drinks and go back to being a normal drinker, I'm falling on my face, picking myself up again, because it's a drug. An addictive drug. And that incentive is going nowhere. I've said this before, but imagine all drugs were legal. Imagine you go into a drugstore and you've got, all these little vials of drugs, right? You've got the marijuana, you've got the crack, you've got every drug you can imagine is in this drugstore, right? And it's all there, but there's no marketing, right? There's no kind of like branding or anything like that. It's just like the raw substance in each thing. And then imagine they've got alcohol that's just neat alcohol. Like, how many people do you think would go to the alcohol? Maybe you'd go and try and buy it in the drugstore and they're like, the marijuana, whatever, but the alcohol, dude, you got to be careful. That shit's going to blind you. If you drink too much of that, you will die. It's going to put you in a coffin. People will be like, dude, I don't even, you can't see the branding. It's not beer, it's not wine, it's not gin, pure alcohol. Yet all of a sudden, that substance is different when we mix it with something, when it's a vodka, when it's a wine. It's the same stuff. It's just diluted. What you're doing is drinking diluted ethanol. Insanity. Anyway, keep your wits about you. Keep going on this journey. And if you click the video on the screen now, you're going to have some awesome stop drinking motivation.